matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Geis. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Heat run caught left side. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll try and get it with Geis. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Foster. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down.
Here we go, here we go. Like 80. And
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it in the hands of Geis. The ball comes out, but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Back to the ground game now with Geis. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Taken down at the 19.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Dumps it off for Geis. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Able to find his running back, Geis. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. And I'm just wondering.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
19-yard line.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
It's the ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, You know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's the Steelers' new signee for 2020, Dustin Colquitt, on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A 2nd-round pick from Ohio State. Here's J.K. Dobbins. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
There goes Mark Ingram, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are... critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of
all defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw again is Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10.
To Juju Smith-Schuster.
A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards. They'll try to run it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
To number 19,
Juju Smith-Schuster. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Ravens 6. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Being chased out left. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Bud Dupree in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got Snead. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Complete.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
6-yard line.
now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Operating from the gun. Jackson, flush to his right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
Steelers 7. Justin Tucker.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, it's Edwards. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. This is Edwards. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze the throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Geis. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Roethlisberger's pass intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43 of the 3rd quarter.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
2 yards on the pickup.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Ravens 21, Steelers 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another 1st down. Then to throw again. Completion here to Claypool. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Steelers.
Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Robert Foster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Bud Dupree able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Dobbins running out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Now they go screen. It's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
It's 4th down.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Check three.
And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
Steelers 15.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And that one hits the ground incomplete. So now just 4 ticks left in this one. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-2.